With a new school year comes new rules, and across the country, we are seeing schools implementing policies many times correlating with the political majority in that state. So, for example, according to the Washington Post, 18 states now have laws limiting what teachers can say about the country's, or county's rather, history of race relations. Meanwhile, Florida now requires parental permission for student nicknames, and Virginia is considering shifting the focus of its state history curriculum away from Black and Native peoples. The GOP continues pushing for private school vouchers, adding to the debate. How are new school policies impacting the classroom? Joining us for more on this is Randi Weingarten, president of the American Federation of Teachers. Randi, I appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. And Natasha, let me just say, since I've been listening a bit tonight, our hearts as a whole AFT go out to all the people in Maui, and we are doing whatever we can to help as well. But it's just horrible at what has happened there.
I hear you. And thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. And certainly all of our hearts are with them, and we will keep the spotlight on them as long as it takes. Let me ask about the school year starting. How do you see these changes affecting a student's understanding of history, particularly regarding race?
You know, the political changes that have happened in several of these states will be terrible for kids, not just for kids of the indigenous nation, not just for kids who are Black and brown. It will be terrible for all kids, because we need to understand our history, the good and the bad. And frankly, when we understand the bad, it makes the good so much more. It makes, you know, when the arc of the universe does actually bend towards justice, as it did, you know, in terms of what has happened in the last century, in the 60s, in making America a multiracial democracy, that was a pretty impressive moment. But when there's this pullback, and I say this as an AP Gov teacher, when there's this pretending that slavery was good in some way, form, or manner, I mean, a noxious concept from the get-go, when there's an attempt to not talk about labor rights and union rights, when there's an attempt to ban books like Amanda Gorman's book, it is terrible in terms of how we see ourselves and see each other. And so I know it's being done for political reasons. This is always what happens when people want to sanitize history. But it really long-term is terrible for all kids. And,
I hear you. I do want to ask, given so much of this pushback on the curriculum has been coming from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, do you have a message for Governor DeSantis tonight?
Yeah, I'm like, he knows better. I mean, the guy went to Ivy League institutions. He's a lawyer. He knows better. He's doing this just for political reasons. And frankly, what's happening is he should spend some time in his own state where there are huge economic issues. But what's going on now is that they're using education politically and taking away AP African American studies from the kids who were taking it right then, almost taking away AP Psych, which is the most popular AP course in Florida. It just makes their kids less competitive with other kids, but it also really hurts teaching and learning when you're constantly questioning what you can say or who you're erasing or not erasing.
You know, we have seen more and more lately these fights, the animosity that is breaking out at school board meetings. Why do you think tensions between teachers and administration and parents is at an all-time high right now? And who ultimately suffers?
So, Natasha, frankly, there's a lot of ink that is spilled on it. But in places all across America this year, going into this year, things are a lot better than they were before. But I think that emotions were really, really high because COVID really changed things. And lots of things are broken now in the aftermath of COVID. And so part of what we're trying to do, and you see it in my tone as well, we have to focus on the issues that really matter to kids and to families and to parents: loneliness, learning loss, literacy. We have to focus on this. But when you have a kind of a pandemic that nobody expected, and frankly people didn't know how to handle, and you had that long a period of time of disruption. It's not just when schools were closed, it's also the disruption that happened for the months and months and months of unknowing what was going on, the fixation on devices, where social media companies have really not played their role in terms of protecting kids. So you can see so many kids are not okay, and parents are upset about it. And all the disinformation, who do you believe? And so ultimately, what schools need to do is create the trust between parents and teachers and really focus on kids' needs. We need to make every public school a place where parents want to send their kids, educators want to work, and kids thrive. So we've come up with a set of recommendations to do that, including, let's make schools more fun. Let's do experiential learning, hands-on learning. Let's really give out books that have diverse titles that kids really enjoy and help teachers teach literacy. Let's do and focus on the mental health issues and the social emotional supports. So those are the things we're trying to do.
Randi, and we're almost out of time, but I appreciate you coming on the show armed with solutions, because it's really easy to talk about this big topic and all of the animosity and all of the problems and the political divide that just keeps getting wider and wider. But I think what you're really reminding me of tonight is that it is about the students, and I really appreciate that. Randi Weingarten, president of the American Federation of Teachers, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.